Welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for XRP. Now, before I get into this, I just wanted to let you know I have a Twitter or X account that I made. It's just for reposting the updates, the video updates. So if you prefer to get updates on Twitter or X, my handle is @_cachingwaves. There's also a link in the description and the first pinned comment. All right, so to XRP. If you watched my last video, there's nothing of high probability for the long term currently. But I do think this next move to the upside is very likely. And I'll show you those invalidation points and two different ways to count this for taking profits. So first of all, in both these scenarios, this A wave here has to be protected. So that's where my stop's going to be on this trade. And we're going to start from this wave down here. So we have a W wave, we have our X as a flat, and we have a zigzag to complete our Y. Very complex structure. One thing to note is in WXYs, there's not really a time constraint on our X wave. It can be very short. If it is here, I have it labeled as over here at the moment, but it can also be here. And if the X wave is here, it changes targets a little bit. I pulled the fibs from our W. If the X was here, we'd expect a three-wave move to the upside for our Y up at about 138. Potentially a little higher. It would be similar pattern to this, just stretched out a little bit until we pass the one-to-one extension. Something like that, where we just scoop the liquidity on this long side and then reverse. It'll be like this wave. Take off and then just drizzle down. So I'm just looking for that move personally. And the alternative is we're in the middle of an X wave if it gets spread out a little bit. A similar scenario here, looking for something complex to the upside, but the targets on that would be the one-to-one extension of this smaller A wave off the B up between the 100, which is at 86 cents, or as high as the 1.618, which is at 122. And then we would start to drag off. This makes a three-wave move, and then we take off from there for our Y wave. So two scenarios, but they both move to the upside, which is why I put probabilities to the upside right now. And if we fail below this level, most likely going to fail at this Y as well. We're at the 618 retracement of this move, as you can see there in red. So it just shifts probabilities that we're going to just trail off to the downside, similar to this leg here. That's if we fail. So for trade setups, I don't have a good count on this one. Again, XRP is one of the hardest, so I'm just using it, basically previous pivots as my stop and looking for one of those two moves to happen. So my stop for this trade setup, I'll probably end up taking it twice. I'm going to take one here, put the stop at this level, this B wave, targeting first that one-to-one. Where did it go here? Can't see it on the lower time frames. There we go. First targeting that one-to-one at around 86, and I'll move my stops from there. But I would like to kind of become a running flat. It would be more bullish, which means we make a higher high above this W between that 1.236 and 382 extension of this wave to the downside. So first targets will be the one-to-one, so I'll leave that for now, and I will adjust that. And if it fails, I'd take one last ditch, figuring this is more complex three-wave move, make one more wave to the downside, and I'd look for an entry down here. Stop would go at that A wave low. Again, this target would change a little bit, but you can see I get better risk reward if I decide to take two entries, because my other option is to get in here, drop it down to that A wave low, but I only get a just over 2-to-1 on that first target. But if I take it twice, which I'm okay with, I get much better risk rewards. It's just more profitable overall, as long as you're okay with taking a loss. So that's how I'm going to take these two trades. I'm going to take one with the stop at this low, a second right below that area. I'll count this wave as it's coming down and enter on that A wave, stop at that A wave. Because as of right now, not much to lean into here. It can turn into some sort of flat to 335 and we just blast off to the upside, get some extensions. It's just very complicating. XRP is very difficult. That's what I am just going to stick with the pivots for now, take two entries. If I lose on those two, I'm probably just going to forget about XRP for a while and let it drain off if one of these trades doesn't work out. But I'm going to be entering pretty much right now. Looks like we have a nice three-wave move. Stop will go at this low, targeting that 88 cents to begin with. Or 86 cents, sorry, to begin with. You can see it's a nice little trade setup, even at the prices right now. Move that up a little bit. At about a 5-to-1. So that's my first entry, and I'll count this if it continues to fail. I'll count this wave down, look for divergence on the smaller time frames, and look for a re-entry. And the stop, absolute stop, would be at that A wave low over here on that second entry. Which is at 42.26 is the second entry. So be aware this can fail very easily. We have three waves up. Can't really count it any other ways. But we can also, again, make like a 3, 3, and then we blast off in 5 waves, right, to the upside as a flat pattern for our first wave. So just keeping those things in mind. I can't get a very good count on this, but it is a good risk reward, just looking at it on the larger time frames. All right, guys, that's it for XRP. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.